This video may possibly have either profanity, gore, nudity, violence, or sexual content. If there are, do not take any of these too seriously. If you cannot, do not continue watching this video if you are offended by any of these. This is your final warning. I'm f***ing serious. Did he just f***ing bleep me? Oh, hell nah! You can't do that to me! I am an individual being who has the right to speak whatever the f*** I want! Stop that, you piece of shit! Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Game Reaction Time. Now, Jay just posted for today, and it's called Wright, Ace Attorney. I haven't heard about this one. I think this is like a new game that Jay, saw. I don't know, but I know this kind of reference from this attorney right over here. I know that guy, because I saw that reference also from Henry the Stickman. It's supposed to be a game. It's supposed to be a funny game where you choose your life choices from which one you have to choose from this and this, and gives out like multiple endings. It's that type of StickPage games before. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll just leave the description down below and for you to check out. So let's get started.
Hey, I'm Jay from the Cub Scouts.
Hey.
Welcome to Wright, Ace Attorney. Now, I'm so excited to play this game, guys. I am super hyped. Mostly because I've heard nothing but good things about this game, but I never got to play it because I think it came out on 3DS or some game system that I didn't have and I couldn't play, but it finally came out on Steam, and I'm so excited to play it. I hope you guys enjoy this because I know I'm going to have a blast. If you guys are cool with that and you're down with that, everybody get ready and buckle up,
because here we go.
I'm really excited, guys, but if I have to read a lot, I am
I gabask. And it's dripping
Maybe it's
blood.
voice acted, I don't know.
Oh, the girl
Don't
though.
look like it though. Damn it! Why me?
Why her?
Uh-oh. I gotta read a lot, guys. I can't get caught. Not like this.
Not like this.
I've gotta find someone to pin this on.
Uh-oh. No.
Someone like him!
Yeah, that mole right there. Just kidding.
I'll make it look like he did it.
But how did he did it?
I'm gonna have fun with this.
Just have to put some DNA.
August 3rd,
his DNA all over the blood and everything.
District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2.
Oh yeah, number 2 now.
Bitch disgusting.
Boy, am I nervous.
Oh, he is nervous.
Right?
Right?
Damn, what's up, man?
Oh,
hiya, Chief. Woo, I'm glad I made it on time.
Hey.
Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this.
Oh,
It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks.
Alright, thanks a lot.
Actually, it's because I owe him a favor.
What kind of favor?
A favor? You mean, you knew the defendant before this case? Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Actually,
so that must be the guy who's
He's one of the
defending
reasons
the
I
one
became an
who
attorney.
made a frame
Well,
over
that's
that guy.
news to me. I want to help him out any way I can.
Alright, help him out.
I just really want to help him. I owe him that much.
Like how much?
It's over!
What?
My life, everything, it's all over!
Who said that?
Is that your client screaming over there?
Oh, you better run for it and check out.
It's him. Death! Despair! Oh!
Okay, better go. Run to your client.
It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah.
But then she's like smiling about it.
Nick? His name is Butts? This guy's name is Butts. Alright, Butts.
Hey, I'm gonna look at your butts.
Hey there, Larry.
It's Larry.
Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry?
Why?
Oh,
with
it's all over.
Sugoi eyes?
I'm finished. Finished! I can't live in a world without her. I can't.
What?
Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this?
Oh, what?
Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away?
Who's your baby?
The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you.
Oh, he got framed.
Okay, so his
that's
girlfriend
sad.
died, and they're trying to pin it on him.
Yeah, that's like from the first
My
scene.
name is Phoenix Wright.
Okay.
Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one.
Alright.
Is it?
Yeah,
This
okay,
looks
so
a
that's
little
why it
complicated.
started.
A young woman was killed in her apartment.
Yeah.
The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school.
Dude.
Our school had a saying, When something smells, it's usually the butts. Oh my god. We going here already? It's not even 2 minutes in. We going here already?
Yeah, we're going in with the butts.
In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck.
Oh, that kind of person.
But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart.
Yeah.
That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case. To clear his name.
Alright, clear his name.
And that's what I'm going to do! Yes, we are going to do it, guys.
Yeah.
We are going to solve this case together. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 2.
I am not a very good attorney, by the way. Just letting you all know.
Okay, everybody settle down, settle down! Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
Mr. Larry Butts.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Alright.
Hey, Phoenix. Defense is ready, Your Honor.
Alright.
Ahem. Mr. Wright. This is your first trial, is it not?
Yes,
Your Honor.
is.
I'm a little nervous.
Object!
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. No,
yeah, it's a serious charge.
For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor.
Is he nervous? Feels like he said it twice.
Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
So anime.
The test will consist of a few simple questions.
You see one of those like anime faces that are extreme from the emojis like that? I'm gonna put some like sound effects. Anime sound effects, that is.
Larry Butts. Yeah, it's gotta be Larry Stinkin' Butts.
Yeah, it's Larry Butts.
The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct!
Bing!
Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine.
He'll do fine.
Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Whew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times.
Alright, that's good.
Wait. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
No way, I forgot.
Oh, shit.
I'm trying a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily.
Temporarily, what the hell?
I think I feel a migraine coming on.
Oh, shoot.
Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it at any time,
Oh,
okay?
just press tab. Okay, that's easy now. Now we have a lot of information. Thanks a lot.
Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you.
Alright, Mia.
Mr. Wright!
Come on.
Who is the victim in this case? Okay, let me check the tab. The old tabby-do.
Was it
Cindy's
Cindy?
autopsy report.
Yeah, Cindy.
She died at, that doesn't even matter. What's her name?
Cindy.
Her name was Cindy, right?
That's it? Cindy.
Profiles?
Cindy.
There you go. Cindy Stone, age 22. The victim in this case. A model. She lived in an apartment by herself. Oh my god. I can already tell that I'm going to love this game. I hope you guys are going to love it too. Her name is Cindy Stone.
Yeah.
The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct.
And you given him a lot of time for him to say it.
What was the cause of death? She died because she was poisoned, hit with a blunt object, or strangled. Okay, time to tab it up again.
She was hit by.
She died from loss of blood due to blunt trauma. Blunt trauma.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Blunt object, Your Honor.
That's what I said.
She was struck once by a blunt object.
Oh, yeah.
Correct!
Yeah!
You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed.
Okay.
You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you.
He's less nervous already.
Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Oh, come on now.
Well,
you just relax.
First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne?
Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who the heck?
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object.
Yeah.
Would you explain to the court just what the object was? The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker.
The Thinker? She was hit by a Thinker?
What do you think? The floor next to the victim.
So she died by the Thinker.
The court accepts it into evidence.
Alright.
Statue added to the court record. A statue in the shape of the Thinker. It's rather heavy.
Very heavy.
Right?
He
is right. Pay
Be
attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court.
Alright.
Use tab to check the court record frequently.
Okay, just keep
Yes, you
pressing
always
tab.
tell me that. Mr. Payne, The prosecution may call its first witness.
Alright, who's the first witness?
Prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Mr. Butts, come over here and show your
butts.
What do I do now? Butts, get your butts over here.
Don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. Okay, guys, you gotta pay attention. We are all Phoenix Wright right now. We have to pay attention to every single little detail.
Yeah,
from
I
the
will
first
pay
witness,
attention to it.
And we can't miss anything, okay?
Yeah.
We gotta make sure Mr. Butts is innocent.
I'm in it too. I'll be so focused. Ryan, this monitor right here. I'll be ready because I have to hear every small details. I'm very detailed, okay?
Larry gets excited easily. This
when
could be
I'm
bad.
artistic, that's all.
This could be really bad.
Oh,
look at that cocky smile.
Hey!
Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you?
That's true.
Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony.
Who said so?
Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever.
Oh, maybe there's something wrong with you. It's not just her, it's you.
What you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men.
Oh, it wasn't you.
Riding on a different Pony Express. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies,
so one of them is the culprit, the one who framed him.
I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Okay.
Passport added to the court record. Okay. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30,
July 30.
The day before the murder.
The day before the murder, okay.
Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way! The victim was a model, but didn't have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Called sugar daddies. You don't know what sugar daddy?
Yes.
You don't know what sugar daddy is?
Who gave her money and gifts.
Well,
she took
it's
their
not
money
just
and used
that.
It to support her lifestyle.
It's more than that.
Dude!
And if you don't know exactly what I'm telling you, try to search it up or try to Google it.
Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions.
Oh yeah, he does.
Should I wait and see what happens? Stop him from answering. Ooh, okay, so I get to choose the fate right now. I kind of want to wait, but he's dripping in sweat.
Yeah,
like,
because like it's so bad for him.
I gotta
right
stop
that point.
him. I gotta put an objection to this.
Yeah. Objection!
My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to the case.
Huh.
Ooh. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog?
She-dog.
She-dog. He's keeping it family friendly, guys.
Yes, family friendly.
I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead.
Don't drop dead. Come on now.
And when I meet her... Wait, what? I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. My bad, it kind of skipped the dialogue. Sorry, guys. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not?
Did he? But I mean, like, after she was murdered, he went into her house.
Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? Have him answer honestly? Stop him from answering. Have him answer honestly, because we know that he didn't kill her. Maybe if he's just brutally honest, everybody in the jury is going to be like, okay, I mean, he obviously didn't do it then. Yeah. So we are going to have him answer honestly.
Like, what if he answers in a different way, you know? Being honest in a different way, and then everybody would know. Yeah, I was there. I went. Murmur.
Keep chatting to yourselves, people. Order!
Order the court!
Well, Mr. Butts? Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. What?
Objection!
Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
What?
Lying? The prosecution would like to call the witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery.
And who's that?
He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Oh, God, this is not good.
Okay, so who was that?
Order in the court!
That's me.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor.
Alright.
This is bad.
Really
On the day
bad.
of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand.
Okay, who's Frank? Is that
This guy!
Oh yeah,
What?
it was him.
This guy's the killer!
He is the killer.
Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is that correct?
Is he part of the sugar daddy
Oh,
thing?
yes. Newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony.
Alright.
Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
Come on now.
Witness testimony. Okay, so we gotta focus, guys.
Press the
We gotta
tab.
pay
Press
attention
tab.
with
So
our 2
you
eyes. Some of
know
you guys
his
may have
information.
4, so pay attention. Let's do
Yes.
this.
Push the tab
I
button.
was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I
You
went to
cut
a
the
nearby park and
line.
found a public phone.
Liar.
I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
Okay, hold on real quick. 1 p.m., you say? Time of death, 4 to 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of trauma. Wait.
Oh, wait.
I remember the time exactly. It was
1
1
p.m.
but
That's
she
like
died
before
at
her
4
death.
to 5 p.m. So,
Yeah.
something ain't right here.
That means like he
Something ain't
wasn't
adding
there
up.
before her death.
Hold on. Can I object? The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there.
No, you said like at 1 p.m. That's like before her death.
Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Come on.
Incidentally, why wasn't
I
the
do
phone
know
in the
the
victim's
time.
apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those.
Widows.
I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Okay.
Blackout record added to the court record. Okay.
Okay, you better
So this was
look at
electricity
that.
to Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Okay.
Okay, so that was right
is
after the murder.
consistent with what the Mr. Sawit guy said, and around the time of her death.
It's not around the time of her
Now,
death. That's
Mr. Wright.
after her murder.
Yes? Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? You're a freaking lawyer, man! How do you not know that?
Seriously,
All right,
man.
Right. This is it.
I think
the real deal.
I think I already know what
exactly
happened
am I
because like
supposed to do?
everything adds up. It's just
Why,
by the
you
time
exposed
duration.
The lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Yeah, no shit!
Yeah, he was.
Client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty?
No, your client isn't guilty.
How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence.
Oh, the
Compare the
key.
witness's testimony to the evidence at hand.
Ah,
There's
Mr.
bound
Crab
to be
got
a
the key.
contradiction in there.
If you don't know
It
what
was
I'm
the time.
talking about
I
and
told
what
you guys, the
reference, it's
time.
from the...
First,
Yes.
find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony.
Dude.
Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence,
Uh-huh.
present it and rub it in the witness's face!
Yes, rub it in front of his face.
Okay.
Just rearrange his face.
Open the court record with tab, then point out the contradictions in the testimony.
Come on now.
Okay?
You got it.
You got it. Let me do it right now. Oh, okay, we're gonna do it right now? I'm kinda
Alright.
nervous.
Come on,
kinda
don't be
nervous.
nervous because I already know the time.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Do I do this already? Hold on. I gotta think, guys. So the electricity was out from noon to 6.
Yeah.
And then he said he made a phone call around 1, but it was 4 to 5 p.m. So we gotta pin him on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now, this is fine. Right now, this is fine. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Okay, that's good too.
Well, it's
Thinking
not
it's
just that.
strange, I
It's just
looked
by the
inside the
time.
apartment,
That's the most
I saw her lying there, a
crucial
woman not
information
moving,
that I
dead.
heard.
I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside.
I mean, how did
I
you
thought to call
see
the police
her?
immediately.
I mean, like,
However, the
before
phone
her
in her
murder.
apartment wasn't working.
Right at 1.
I went to a nearby
you know?
park and found a public phone.
Because her death
I remember
was
the time exactly.
exposed
It was 1
by
p.m.
like 4
okay.
to 5.
So tab that, and then do we present the evidence right here. Present.
Objection!
Objection!
You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report.
Yeah.
The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. Let's go!
Oh, yeah.
There was no body to find at 1 p.m.
Uh-huh.
How do you explain this 3-hour gap?
He's sweating.
That? Oh.
He's just like sweating.
Objection, let's go, baby! This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
What do you mean forgot the time?
After his
He already
testimony,
said
I
his
find
honesty.
that hard to believe. Mr. Sowit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Yeah, because what were you doing right in her room?
Well, gee, that's a really good question.
Yeah, that's a really good
job,
question.
Wright.
Answer
Way
it.
to put him on the spot. High five, guys. Double high five. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies.
Alright.
See through one, and their whole story falls apart.
Alright, better
Let's
fall
go.
apart. He
I'm
better
happy
fall
about that.
apart.
Wait, I remember now.
Oh, come on now.
Would you
Stop
care
it.
to give your testimony again?
No, don't. Because he already
do it again.
said his answer.
He's gonna give me more lies. Alright,
Yeah.
what you got, liar? He reminds me of the guy who sells you a mask in Zelda. You see,
Really?
when I found the
I don't
body,
even
I heard
remember
the
that.
time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television.
Bruh, no.
Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? Wait.
No,
He said it's from the television,
But
there was
the
a
electricity.
blackout.
Yes.
There's a freaking blackout. How are you
Exactly.
gonna watch TV if there's a blackout? I guess
Anybody
the
got
victim
time
must
for
have been
that?
watching a video of a tape program.
Come
That's
on
why
now.
I thought it was 1 p.m.
No, there was a blackout
Terribly
around
sorry
that time,
about
right
the
at noon till
misunderstanding.
6. There
No.
is no freaking
Cross-examination
way
that
that
ass.
would happen.
Cross-examine that purple ass.
Oh,
I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a tape program.
come on
Mr.
now.
Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Tap that.
Okay, tab that.
And here is the blackout record.
Yeah,
and
there you go.
objection!
Objection!
Let's go!
Hold it
it
right
there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video.
Uh-huh. Come on.
The defense has a
Records,
point.
facts,
Do you
facts,
have
bro,
an explanation for this,
facts.
Mr. Sowit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite.
Dude, you lied twice.
wait,
That
I
means it's a
remember now.
strikeout. Oh, come on
Mr.
now.
Sowit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These
If
constant
this one
corrections
isn't
are harming
accurate
your
because
credibility.
he's actually
and you
lying.
seem rather distraught.
Excuses, so many excuses.
My
You're
apologies,
out.
Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sowit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Like giving him a third chance,
This
really?
guy, man, lies on lies on lies.
This is his third chance, and then we're gonna
Actually,
stake him
I
out
didn't hear
right in
the
the
time.
butthole.
Jesus Christ.
Saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. No, because the lady got hit with the thinker.
Yeah.
Saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. Why is this judge a dumbass?
Really?
Like, why are you such a
It doesn't
freaking
have so much
dumbass, bro?
information. That's why there's
The
like
defense
attorneys
may
right over
cross-examine the
there,
witness.
and he's like analyzing what the problem
Like, the
was.
judge believes anything. He should be called Mr. Gullible.
Yeah,
What is
right?
this?
He's Mr.
Okay, here we
Naive,
go,
not
guys.
Mr.
Yeah, the murder
Gullible.
weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim.
Yeah.
So let's tab this, give him
Tab
the thinker,
that.
and say it with me, guys.
Ba-blam!
Wait just a moment.
Uh-huh.
The murder weapon wasn't a clock.
It was.
It was this statue.
It was the Statue
Now,
of
how
Liberty.
is this
It's not.
supposed to be a clock? What? You, with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are?
Running around leaving scars.
Well, he's
Just
an
answer the
attorney.
question, Mr. Sowit. Hey, I saw it in there, okay? That's a clock.
Really? You're
Your
delusional.
Honor, if I may,
Yes, Mr. Payne.
as the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud.
No.
As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
No, that's not true. Then bring the statue out and try to test
was a
it.
table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony
Bring
now?
out.
What? Is it really?
No, it's not.
That's a clock?
No, that's
Bro,
not.
that's news to me. Hold on. I'm gonna say yeah. Because I have problems with it.
Yeah, you have problems with
Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Let's
Yes,
go.
do it. Do it right
If the
in front.
witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction.
Uh-huh. Listen to me, listen to all of us.
The witness knew it was a clock because he went
Went
into the
into the
apartment,
apartment.
knew the victim. He went inside.
Yeah.
You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder.
Yeah, he was.
Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her.
Ooh!
Phoenix! I love this guy.
I love
He
him
struck her
too.
with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chat it up, guys.
Yeah,
Chat it
got
up.
him.
Order in the court.
Order!
Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Because he
Yes,
is
Your
right, right.
Mr. Sowit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you.
Ooh.
Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
Ooh.
Oh, what's the meaning of this? This
You're
is
a
all
bad
baseless
turning
conjecture.
though. Nobody would trust you.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face.
Ha!
Oh, fuck!
Felix is the best attorney
Would
out
the
of
witness
all the
care to
attorneys.
elaborate?
Like right now, this
Did
current
you
era.
strike the victim with the clock?
Uh-huh.
That day I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw. Ah! What?
The hair
You
of
had a
the
wig the whole time? Objection. Shut up. I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Burn, give him death.
No.
Order
No.
in the court, everybody. Order in the court.
I should be saying that.
Your Honor,
I really should
A
be
moment,
saying,
please.
Your Honor, in the
there isn't a
court!
shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Wright.
Right? No?
Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock.
Huh.
Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully.
Yeah, better think it through.
Your
Come
Honor,
on.
the sound Mr. Sowit heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply examine the clock's batteries, ask the neighbors, try sounding the clock. You don't need to ask the neighbors.
No, you don't.
Try sounding it.
Yeah, try to sound.
Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock?
Alright.
I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25. Yeah.
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow.
Oh.
Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sowit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sowit, try to talk your way out of this one. Huh?
He can't now.
Forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What's he talking about now? While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves
But-
nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. How am I gonna prove that? Damn it! I was so
Oh,
close!
come on. You're too
Mr.
close. Come
Wright.
on. Think very
Since
carefully.
you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness.
Oh, shoot.
Unfortunately. What? This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sowit.
What does
I
that
come all the
mean?
way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal! A criminal!
No, because you are
You
a
lawyers
criminal.
are all slime.
That's pretty much the quote for this year.
Sorry, Larry.
For all attorneys. Right, yes, I mean.
I can do about it now. Oh, did I fail?
Did you?
Not so fast, Mr. Sawit.
Oh, there you go. Mia, come on!
Mia? I mean, Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think!
Not like this.
But Chief,
not like this.
It's over. I can't prove the clock was
pretty
slow
much like
the day
a
of the
character
murder.
from an anime. It's like,
Nobody can
not
prove
like
that.
this.
Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box.
Oh yeah, think out of the box
waste time
because you
down
are
in
the
your
box.
Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow?
Huh.
Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. I know why. I know why, guys.
Wait.
Right?
I don't have my
Can you think of a
reason for
reason as
that
to why the
though.
clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes. Because she was in Paris. Wait.
Oh yeah, right. I
Maybe I
forgot.
can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right?
Yeah.
Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court records that can prove my claim beyond a doubt.
Yes, come on.
Ah, tough words. Let's say you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Because she was in Paris. Bam.
Take that!
The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. on the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast!
Ah!
The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home.
Ah!
That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong.
Ah!
Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawit? Or should I say, Mr. Did It?
Ah!
Oh, what the heck?
He's having foam in his mouth.
I love this game.
Order in the cut!
Guys,
Oh my god.
that was mighty fine work right there.
Yeah, that's some awesome work.
This case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected.
Well, so
Mr.
the
Payne,
defendant
your witness.
is... not guilty.
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright?
You're right,
Yes,
Mr.
Your
Wright.
Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly.
Well,
and
because
find the
you're a
true
great
culprit at the
attorney,
same time.
best attorney than all
Thank
the
you, Your Honor.
attorneys. Like,
At this point,
from
this
you
is only a
know
formality,
who,
but
from his attorney.
this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts,
But...
not guilty.
Guilty.
Woo! Hey! Look at that job. And with that, this court is adjourned.
Alright.
That was dope.
Yeah,
that
really
was
dope.
so freaking fun. Oh my god.
I like the story.
It turns
Pretty
out
much
that
like
Frank
I
Sawit
like
was
to
a comic
analyze
burglar.
stuff and stuff like that.
He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house.
Huh.
That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawit let himself in to do his dirty work.
What is this dirty work exactly?
While he was
Why did
searching
they
her
kill
place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find.
Huh. That's pretty
August
much it.
3rd, 2:32 p.m., District Court. Defendant Lobby Number 2.
Alright.
Whew, I still can't believe we won.
Yeah, we won though.
Right, good job in there.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Go Phoenix.
Thanks,
Go
Chief.
Phoenix.
I owe it all to you.
Uh-huh.
Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there.
Yeah, you did.
It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note.
Hey, and he got himself some lady
I've
here.
never seen the
Chief
Chief looking this
lady.
happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is
So
over.
good.
Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon.
Oh
Good.
man, you're having
Wait,
suicidal
no, I mean,
thoughts.
bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever.
Come on, don't think about suicidal
Larry,
thoughts.
she was a... Nah, never mind.
Come on now, there are other girls in the scene.
Congratulations, Harry. Harry?
You're a wizard, Harry.
You're Harry,
Yes,
Harry.
you. I can
You're a
practically
wizard,
see
Harry.
the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever.
Yeah,
Let's
don't
celebrate.
forget.
Dinner? Movie? My treat.
Go to
no,
the
I
club.
couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Hey. Here, take this. It's a present.
Oh,
Why do
really?
I want
The
to have
blonde
the
object?
murder weapon as a present?
No,
There's
no,
probably still Cindy's blood
throw
on
it
there.
Away. Throw it away. You don't
A
need
present?
it. Come on
For
now.
me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that...
Yeah.
Actually, I made this clock for her.
Oh, you did?
I made one for her and one for me.
So
Really?
that was the
You?
object.
You
from
made
the
this?
prison. What?
Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo,
on.
Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool.
I mean, like,
Don't that make you
she's
just want
a
to cry?
two-time hussy. That's what.
Larry. Are you so sure?
Oh.
Squeeze me?
Squeeze? Excuse.
I think she thought
it's
quite a
not
lot of you in her
squeeze.
own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right.
Like what?
What the heck is she talking about? I have no freaking clue. Attorney's badge? No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this? What the heck are you talking about? I have no idea what the hell you were
can you
talking
go
about.
back?
Passport? Take that! Here you go, Larry. Proof. It's okay, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll forget about her soon enough. Look, I'm gonna head home. Thanks a ton, eh?
You're welcome.
Guess that wasn't the right thing to show him. I don't know what I was supposed to show.
Yeah.
Never let go of what you believe in.
Never let go.
Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
be off
I guess
now.
so.
Do.
Say, how about dinner? On me?
Hey.
We'll drink a toast to innocent butts.
Hey.
Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry.
It's very
You said
hairy,
part
Harry.
of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah. Part, at least.
Part at least.
You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks?
Hey, you're gonna
Bro,
get a
she's
girl
trying to get some
though.
action. Give it to her.
Yeah.
And so, my first trial came to a close.
Uh-huh.
Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not gonna pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave Mia." I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Ooh, that's interesting.
Very interesting.
The end. Okay, guys, that was the end of our
I
very
like the
first
ending.
trial. There's another episode called Turnabout Sisters. There's a lot
Turnabout
more to this game if you
Sisters.
guys actually want to see it. I had a
I
lot
do
of fun
wanna
with
see
it.
it,
I had a
though.
lot of fun just doing the voices, just like cross-examining the people.
I do
just had
wanna
a lot
see
of fun
more of
doing
this
that.
one.
So
It's
if you guys want to
amazing.
see another episode
Yes,
of
I
this,
do.
make sure you guys
Yes,
give this
this
video
will
one big fat like.
And tell her today that Jay from the Kubz Scouts is that dude. And thank you guys so much for watching my game reaction video. I really like this game actually, because like it's a cross-examination, pretty much like I have to tell like which one's right and which one's wrong, so I say objection, or not objection, to that, or order in the cut. You know what? See ya. Don't wanna be ya.
The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It?